Welcome everybody to the latest installment in the state of the houses of Westeros. This week is the Targaryens. Now, there aren't that many Targaryens left, so most of this video is going to be focused on our favorite Targaryen, Daenerys Targaryen. Daenerys has had some troubling episodes and some troubling seasons in the past couple seasons. Now this season she started out where she began in season 1, and I wasn't totally excited for that. She did the whole I speak your language and you don't know that trick. She did the whole I'm awesome, you guys suck trick. She did the whole I'm on fire and it doesn't hurt me trick. And those were all just fine. She had an awesome moment when she did burn down the Call's little hut there and everyone bowed down to her, totally nude. That was absolutely righteous. But she's had a much better season this season than she has any in the past. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now Daenerys, like I said, she escaped the Dothraki, but that's not only all she did, she also aligned them with her. She now has the Dothraki horde behind her again, and I don't even know how to start off with all the alliances she made this season. I mean, first off, Varys came over to her side, which is a huge plus because he's just a secret whisperer who gets all sorts of people. He ended up going over to Dorne and meeting with the Sand Snakes, who apparently are in charge of Dorne now because they killed some guy. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense. They also aligned themselves with the Tyrells after Cersei killed off the rest of the Tyrells. And they also aligned themselves with some other people on the other side of the sea. Some people with some boats, some Greyjoys. They also got Theon and Yara Greyjoy. The Greyjoys who were exiled from their own family after losing the Kingsmoot and who are apparently so damn salty that they're just going to go back and kill everybody. I don't think they really understand their own system's political system, but whatever, they're just that salty. Makes sense, they're Greyjoys. And she, like I said, she got the Dothraki. None of those are even the biggest up on her side though, because now she has a Hand of the Queen, and that Hand of the Queen is the most perfect hand of anybody's queen anyone's ever seen in all of the land. Tyrion Lannister. Tyrion Lannister has left his home, left his house, and has joined up and finally believes in something. Finally believes in Daenerys. It's crazy that so many people believe in her, especially based on the things that she's done so far. I don't know if I would totally believe in her just because she has dragons. But she does have dragons, and dragons are super helpful. I mean, look at Harrenhal. That place is a husk of a castle. Poor place just because of dragons. She also has the Unsullied, and she pretty much cleaned out Slaver's Bay. She gave it a cool new nickname, the Bay of Dragons. She left the Second Sons and her bang buddy to just lord over it and take care of it. And now, most importantly, she's on those boats and she's crossing that narrow sea. She's finally getting over to Westeros, one of the biggest developments in her arc since season 3. I mean, it's really been in a standstill for most of that time. And granted, she has learned how to rule a little better, especially in the last couple episodes, and she has strengthened her forces. I'll give her that. I'm just glad she's finally getting across that sea. And now, when she rolls up onto the southern shores of Dorne, she'll walk through there, she'll walk through Highgarden, she'll pretty much walk right up to King's Landing and knock on Cersei's door. So she's in a pretty good position right now. I mean, I don't even have to mention dragons, and she's already probably going to take out King's Landing. Then you put dragons on top of that? You kidding me? They'll be burning the houses, and fucking wildfire just start chain reacting all over the place, dropping all sorts of different places in the city. So Daenerys is in a pretty good position right now, and I'm just happy she's finally getting to where she should be, where she actually wants to rule. A place that her entire life she has made it her mission to be the queen of, and a place that she's never seen before. Those two things don't usually go together, but I think once she sees it, especially if she lands on Dorne, she's definitely going to want it. Dorne is beautiful. All the wine you could want. And I'll just mention our last Targaryen, Jon Targaryen. He isn't really legitimized, and I don't know if he'll ever really know he's a Targaryen, but the one interesting thing this does bring up is that he could have the ability to kind of tame one of those dragons and be a dragon rider. How awesome would that be? Jon Snow on a dragon, are you kidding me? I'm really interested to see what happens when Jon and Daenerys finally do end up meeting, because they might both be heading down to King's Landing, because if that wall comes down, Jon's going to have to maybe retreat south, or Daenerys will just mow through King's Landing and meet Jon in the north. Either way, this is the Song of Ice and Fire. This is what we've been waiting for all of these seasons, and it's finally so close we can almost touch it. Anyways, Daenerys has had probably one of her best seasons since season 1 or season 3. She finally has all the forces she needs. She finally understands the land she's going to. She has the allies on her side who can give her good counsel, and most importantly, something she hasn't done before, she is going to heed that counsel. She's actually learned to defer, and she doesn't always have to burn everything to the ground. There are alternatives. Maybe just burn one boat to the ground and slit some people's throats. It's so much easier that way. I'm really excited to see where she goes, and I'm really excited to see where everyone ends up next season. This season has been fantastic. We've learned so much about the characters. So many people have had just dramatic changes, especially people like Cersei and Jon. Daenerys is pretty much still Daenerys, but she's a little more smarter. She's a little more weathered in the way of these tactics, and she's learned from it. And thank God, because she was being a real dummy the first couple seasons. And now, at least with Tyrion on her side, he can tell her when she's being a dummy, and maybe she won't be as big of a dummy. Anyways, that's the Targaryens. Real short list. There aren't that many of them left after Rhaegar and Aerys were murdered, and I don't know. Oh yeah, the Maester of the Night's Watch was also died last season, so there really just aren't that many left, obviously. It's pretty much just Daenerys and Jon, maybe. Anyways, Daenerys had a great season, and I can't wait to see what she's up to next season. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. If you want to check out some of the other State of the Houses of Westeros, you can check out the State of the Starks or the State of the Lannisters. Also, if you click right here, you'll be able to see my Game of Thrones power rankings for all of the characters, all of your favorite characters for this season's Season 6 finale, The Winds of Winter. Don't you worry, Cersei jumped up a whole bunch. I'm sure you already knew that. And if you want to see a movie review, you can click here to see my Independence Day Resurgence review with Diet Thor and Will Smith Light. And they pretty much are exactly what that sounds like they would be. Not very good. And honestly, I need those calories. Will Smith, I love that. Diet Thor, come on, just give me real Thor already. What are you doing? Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like if you like the video. It helps them out somehow. I'm not really sure what it does, but whatever, it sounds good. Subscribe if you want to see more Game of Thrones videos or more movie reviews. I'll be putting up more different kinds of videos as the summer goes along and as Game of Thrones has left us, unfortunately. And please leave a comment. Who's your favorite Targaryen? I know it's a super long list. Who are you going to choose from? Probably Daenerys. What do you think is Daenerys' biggest achievement? What do you think is her biggest blunder? Anyways, till next season, we'll just have to wait and see and keep on theorizing about what's going to happen with all these fantastic houses and this fantastic story that George R.R. has crafted for us. Thanks so much. This is Movie Mammoth, signing off.